Hare Krishna everybody, I would like to welcome you all for our today's Srimad Bhagavata class. We are reading from Canto 3, chapter number 27, entitled as Understanding Material Nature, and text number 5. I don't know if you all have access.
Text number 5 is done.
Is done?
Yeah.
So,
6.
Text number 6 we're going to do. Okay, text number 6 we're going to do.
What is the chapter?
327, 6.
Thank you.
Okay. Yamadivir Yogapate Abhayasan Shradhayanvitaha Mayi Bhavena Satyena Matkatha Sharvanena Cha Yama meaning Yama Adivi, beginning with Yama. Yoga by the yoga system. Abhyasan, practicing. Shraddhaya anavitaha, with great faith. Mai, unto me. Bhavena, with devotion. Satyena, unalloyed. Madkatha, stories about me. Shravanena, by hearing. And translation and translation. One has to become faithful by practicing the controlling process of yoga system and must elevate himself to the platform of unalloyed devotional service by chanting and hearing about me. Purport. Yoga is practiced in 8 different stages: yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Yama and niyama mean practicing the controlling process by following strict regulation, and asana refers to the sitting posture. These help raise one to the standard of faithfulness in devotional service. The practice of yoga by physical exercise is not the ultimate goal. The real end is to concentrate and to control the mind and train oneself to be situated in faithful devotional service. Bhavena or bhava is a very important factor in the practice of yoga or in any spiritual process. Bhava is explained in Bhagavad Gita 10.8, Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha. One should be absorbed in the thought of love of Krishna. When one knows that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the source of everything and that everything emanates from him, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava, then one understands the Vedanta aphorism, which is Janmadesya Yataha, the original source of everything. And then he can become absorbed in bhava, or the preliminary stage of love of Godhead. Rupa Goswami explains very nicely in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu how this bhava, or preliminary stage of love of Godhead, is achieved. He states that one first of all has to become faithful, Shraddhaya Anvitaha. Faith is attained by controlling the senses, either by yoga practice, following the rules and regulations and practicing the sitting posture, or by engaging directly in bhakti yoga as recommended in the previous verse. Of the 9 different items of bhakti yoga, the first and foremost is to chant and hear about the Lord. That is also mentioned here, Mat Katha Shravanena Cha. One may come to the standard of faithfulness by following the rules and regulations of the yoga system. And the same goal can be achieved simply by chanting and hearing about the transcendental activities of the Lord. The word cha is significant. Bhakti yoga is direct and the other process is indirect. But even if the direct process is taken, there is no success unless one comes fully to the direct process of hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. Therefore, the word satyena is used here. In this connection, Swami Sridhar comments that satyena means nishkapatena, without duplicity. The impersonalists are full of duplicity. Sometimes they pretend to execute devotional service, but their ultimate idea is to become one with the Supreme. This is duplicity, which is kapata. The Bhagavatam does not allow this duplicity. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is clearly stated, Paramo Nirmastaranam. This Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for those who are completely free from envy. The same point is again stressed here, unless one is completely faithful to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and engages himself in the process of hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, there is no possibility for liberation. Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishnu Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Ganta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Sute Devi Pranamani Hari Priye Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitramane Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyate Deshatarini Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Shri Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So here Lord Kapila is continuing his instruction to his dear mother Devahuti. And it is one of the powerful pastimes where a conditioned soul can take the lesson out of it. Okay, in today's verse, there two things are here mentioned that Hare Krishna. Either you can speak or me. One person has to speak. Sorry. So here in this particular verse, there two things are mentioned, which is the Ashtanga Yoga. And in those bygone ages, this yoga was completely justified. Okay? It was the rule that you need to do it. But ultimately, doing any other yoga to reach to ultimate only one section, to reach to the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay? When this goal is not achieved or this stage is not achieved, so there is no point doing any other yoga. Okay? It's talking about here in the beginning of the purport, it's telling that they are the 8 Ashtanga Yoga. Ashta means 8. Yoga means connection. Usually people nowadays, yoga, they understand that as some kind of a gymnastic exercise. And especially if you see in a Western world, there are so many yoga centers are there. First of all, they don't even understand what the yoga means. Yoga means to reconnect. So reconnect to whom? To the other people? To opposite sex? No, the reconnect means to reconnect yourself to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is Krishna, which you have already forgotten. And your relationship has been already broken. That's what it means. You have to reconnect yourself. Okay, Ashta Anga. Ashta means 8, Anga means sleep. So there are 8 steps are there. Okay, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. So you can see Samadhi, on which stand does it come? It comes on the last stage. This is 8th stage. You are in the trance, you are meditating upon the Lord. And Srila Prabhupada writes, but our Bhakti Yoga, it's already come on number 3. Shravan, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaran. So Smaran is already there on the 3rd stage. Shravanam, hearing, and Kirtanam, chanting and reading and glorifying it. And then automatically you are on the 3rd stage. If you see on a outer side, we are already on the 3rd stage, we are on the Samadhi. But here, Ashtanga Yoga, it comes on the 8th stage. But it's not that it is not right, it is right. But it is not acceptable in today's Kali Yuga age. Because people are not ready to do Ashtanga Yoga. The first thing is Yama and Niyama. What does it mean? Do and don'ts. What we have to do and what we don't have to do. But in Kali Yuga, people do the opposite. What we don't have to do, we do it. And what we don't have to do, we don't do it. So there's a problem. So we even don't know how to handle the situation untimely. Something has to be taken a good care neglect it. And something we don't have to, we give full focus, which is spiritual life. The whole Bhagavatam says, the sages say, spiritual life has to be taken very seriously. But we don't take it. And they say material life has to be taken very lightly. But we take material life very serious and spiritual life very lightly, or even not even that. That is our condition. So where is the quotient to do all these things? People have so many bodily problems. So where is the point to sitting on a one place called asana, postures? We just try to do some yoga on a daily basis. We can see we can't hardly move our body parts. Can't twist our leg, can't twist our head, can't twist our shoulders. Everything is jam-packed due to our bad habits. If you see in chapter 6 Bhagavad Gita, it's all talk about Ashtanga Yoga. Okay? After speaking Lord Krishna, which is the same thing is happening here, the same knowledge is there in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, neither too high, the seat should not be too high, the seat should not be too less. You should not eat too much, you should not, eat too less. You should not sleep too much, you should not sleep too less. So there are many things. After giving so many instructions, what was the last verse? Of Bhagavad Gita 6.47. Yoginam api sarvesham mad gadir antar atmana shraddhaman bhajte yogam sami atmano madaha. Among all the yogas, the best yoga is to meditate upon me. If that point is missing, so no matter whatever you are doing, you will be a failure. And how? Shraddhavan. Shraddhavan bhajate. Shraddha means faith. And what is today's here was saying? Shraddha. Abhyasena Shraddhayamrita, which is second purpose of this verse is Rupa Goswami emphasizing about Shraddha. Any work of this material world, whether it's spiritual or material, it starts with Shraddha. If you don't have it, in the beginning, the Shraddha is very komal. Komal means? Very soft. It's very delicate. Very weak. Very weak. Shraddha is very weak. See, if a person is going to get married, a boy or a girl, okay, when they hear about each other, so Shraddha is there. Okay, we're gonna spend time together rest of the life. Shraddha is there. Otherwise, without the Shraddha, other work will start. And a person, when he goes to the work, he goes to the college, he goes to the school, so Shraddha is there. They're gonna teach me a proper knowledge. They're gonna give me a certificate. Shraddha is there. Okay? When you take a flight from New York to go to India or anywhere else, you have a Shraddha on the airline, you have a Shraddha on the pilot, you have a Shraddha on everything. Every single thing, every single moment we have Shraddha. Okay? Especially in the spiritual life, if that Shraddha is not there, you cannot start, because that is the beginning, that is the first step to take it. We have to have the Shraddha on the words of great sages, on the words of Lord Shri Krishna. Otherwise, instead of having Shraddha on their words, we are having Shraddha on the words of these materialistic people. Especially this, social media, Facebook, Twitter, news channel, whatever they just project in our mind, we think, oh, we have so much Shraddha, oh, whatever they are saying, it's true. Without clarifying whether this news is true or not. There's so many rumors are there. Okay, no doubt, anything in this material world has some pros and cons. Okay? Some pros and cons are there. You follow it. Some advantages, some disadvantages. But people don't know how to use the tool. Most of the time, it falls into the category of disadvantage. Okay? It is a platform where the whole world is sitting on. The social media is a whole platform where the whole world is sitting on. Okay, people are not there on the road, people are not there at home, people don't know where they are, especially on social media. So the devotee also has to go onto the social media to project them. If Maya is selling their own project, their own product, so the devotee also has to sell their own product, which is Krishna consciousness. That's what the whole world is. You will not see people, walking on the street. There was a time before this phone, mobile or internet, there was a time when people used to talk face to face. People know who is their neighbor, who is next door neighbor and next door neighbor, who is in the street, what their name, their husband's name, wife's name, children's name, what they do, where they go, everything they know. And now people don't even know what their family members are doing. This is the condition. This is the condition we are living in here. So, yogas are good. You can still do that. Pranayama. Pranayama is so powerful, even if you do on your daily life, it can make your body perfect. Don't start now. It's only doing now. Okay, pranayama is so powerful, it can balance the air in your body. We know that if you have some knowledge about Ayurvedic stick, Ayurveda stands for 3 categories: Pitta, Kapha and Vata. If these airs are imbalanced in the body, that's why we have the disease in the body. Okay? If this is in proper balance, then we are okay. Just to balance this, pranayama is there, anum, vilom, many other things are there. But it has to be done under the proper guidance of an instructor. We cannot do it. If you do it, because there are some asanas, some pranayama, some yoga meant to do seasonally. Summer, winter, rainy and spring. We cannot do here and there. Some you can do all the time. Some you cannot do. Because there is a pranayama called Shitala. Shitala means if somebody has got a BP, what do you call it? BP problem or some other problem are there, for Pitta body. If it is there, when you do, which you inhale, it gives a Shitalta, I mean it cools your body. But if you do the same pranayama in the winter, it's already cold outside. When you do it, then you will have a severe cold. So everything is a science there. Everything is a knowledge there. So we have to just grab in a proper line, in a proper channel. Otherwise we will mess up our body. What to eat, what not to eat. That's why if you see, the scriptures are there to tell they are the seasonal fruits, they are seasonal drinks, they are seasonal lifestyle. Everything is there. But we are nowhere. Okay? Everybody say, oh yeah, Prabhuji, I'm also doing some kind of a bhakti. But do you really understand what the bhakti means? First of all, you have to understand, Prabhupada says bhakti means devotional, not just devotional service. Some action has to be there. If you have developed Shraddha, which is Rupa Goswami here says, in Bhakti Rasamrita, Shraddha Yanvita. He states that one first of all has to become faithful. Faith is attained by controlling the senses, either by yoga practice. Controlling the senses. But how do we know how to control the senses? If our hearing is weak. If our hearing is weak, we will mess up like anything. Okay, because our knowledge comes from Google. Is our Shiksha Guru. Or some here and there, some neighbor, some grandma, great grandma, we have seen something we do. We think we are so highly educated and we know more than anybody. No, it's not. If you see, people come to the temple, especially on Sunday time, you see they do all sort of exercises. They do like this, they just slap their hand in front of the Lord and so many other things to do. But is it somewhere been recommended? It has been somewhere mentioned? Then why you are doing it? Makes sense or not? Until unless your Shraddha, your Sharmanam is not strong, your Kirtanam will be weak. And your Kirtanam will be weak, what will happen? There will be no Smaran about Vishnu, about Lord Krishna. It won't be there. So first step is our hearing. Anything we go. If we are going to develop any relationship in the world or anything we want to do, first we hear about that thing. Okay? Like if somebody has to come to America, what do? We hear. Okay? We hear from our friends, we hear from our family, we just hear from the agent how America looks like. And we are going to get into the marriage part, then we hear about the other party. What the boy does, what's his qualification, what the girl does, what's her qualification. So we bring out so many informations. Yeah? If we want to go any other place, we bring out the information. So we hear it. If you don't have a proper knowledge, what are you going to do? Mess. Be chaos. It's going to be a chaos in our life and in the society also. So the first step has to be, the more you have a good hearing, it says if you want to be a good speaker, you have to be a good listener. If your listening is strong, then your speaking will be very, very strong. If your listening is weak, then what are you going to speak? You only speak what you know the nonsense. The more you will hear, the more you will get the knowledge from the realizations of the other sadhus. Then you add their realization, you add your realization, and you bring up a nice presentation for the audience. But if that part is missing, so Prabhuji, where is the question? To teach ourselves or to teach the world? The problem comes where, from the Indian background people, customs, which are coming out from the family after family. Even though we come to the bhakti level also, we still hang on to our family tradition, which is not, it may or it may not be correct. Like for example, I'll ask you, on the day of Deepavali, whom do we worship? Whom do we worship on the day of Deepavali? Lakshmi and Narayan. Okay, some people do, and some people do other. Ganesh and Lakshmi. Any other combination? Please bring up. Okay, and to be noted. On Deepavali, we worship Lakshmi Narayan, as Mataji says. Lakshmi, Ganesh. Anybody else? Okay, if we search the history of Deepavali, why do we celebrate? On which occasion do we celebrate? What happened?
Ram.
Narakasura. What happened to him?
He was killed, right?
Really?
That is it. But Bhagwan Ram came back to Ayodhya.
That's it.
why.
Bhagwan Ram came from, and he is nowhere in the scene to worship.
Yeah.
The person on which occasion the Ayodhya was lit up with the whole light, okay, that person is not even there. So, and it is coming generation after generation. I learned from my Sasuma, she learned from her Sasuma, and they learned from her Sasuma, and generation is coming and nobody giving a damn to know what is the real truth. And then when we bring out the same thing, when we come to Bhakti, we are carrying on the same tradition. Whether you are from South India, North India, East India or West India. See, a wrong thing is going on and we don't want to change it. Why? Because, Babuji, how can you say that? My grandma is wrong. Yes, she is wrong. She is wrong. If her teaching is not aligned with the Vedic scripture, she is wrong. And her mom is also wrong. And her mom is also wrong. And same as my mom also. If your practice is not aligned with the Vedic scriptures, and no matter whatever you do, you will be a failure. If you pick up a subject, okay, and you are reading throughout the whole year, and then later on when you sit on the examination and you find out that subject is not there, so where is the question you're going to pass it out? Makes sense? That's why Prabhupada has set up this movement, because there is a proper systematic study. No other organization will give you a call, or the people will give you a call and they force you, Prabhuji, come every week on Friday to Bhakti Viksha, come to the temple. Because they think it is just like a picnic spot. We go to park, we go to shopping center, we go to food mart, anywhere. Come to temple also. Come not to take darshan, to give darshan to the Lord. Okay? Yes, I am here. Sometimes people stand like that, Have you seen me? You are happy? I'm going. I mean, this is false ego is there so much. People don't want to learn. They just come to the temple, they do whatever they want to do. No. Learn from the way. What is the harm to learn from the proper source? See, in the material world, even the parents are also doctors, or they are educated. Almost nowadays, every parents are educated. They have done some kind of graduation, post-graduation. They are well educated. Okay, even the grandmom is also well educated. But just to then why do you send their grandchildren or their children to the school, even though they can teach them ABCD? They can teach them whatever they want to know because they know it. But still, why do they send it to the schools and institutions? Why?
Yeah, we had to go to proper source only. But we
Get the, even though they know it, they can teach it. ABCD, tables are there, spellings are there, how to read, how to write, they can do everything. But why do they send it? Why do they spend so many dollars?
because we do
To
it
learn,
combined.
the systematic is there, association is there, there is a format, authoritative way. But when it comes to spiritual knowledge, my grandma told me, I am going to do this. Whole hodge and podge. Whole and hodge and podge. And we want to carry on generation after generation ahead. No, that's why there's a proper system. It's a way we get this knowledge. Who is speaking? If you see throughout the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, no one is claiming, I think like that. Okay? Parikshit Maharaj, Sukdev Goswami. Sukdev Goswami is not saying, I think like that. He's saying, I heard from Vyasadeva. And Vyasadeva heard from whom? Narad Muni. And Narad Muni heard from whom? Brahmaji. And Brahmaji heard from whom? That's it. Okay? And if you see other conversation, Maitreya and Vidura, Maitreya is not saying, I think like that, you do like this, it will be nice. What he said? I heard from whom? From whom? Come on, Maitreya Muni heard directly from Lord Krishna. When he was passing out, he was there, Uddhava was there. If you see anything, any case study you try, any name you take it, no one is claiming it's my opinion. I think like that. Everybody is claiming to their superior, and superior claiming to their superior, and all the way it goes to Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, Nar Narayan Rishi, everything falls on the head of Lord Krishna. So the knowledge is coming all the way from Lord Krishna. So if we carry the same message ahead, then our words have a weight to change the heart of the people. But if we don't do this, but we have to have the Shraddha, which is today's topic here, we have to have a Shraddha. If the person is envious, which is the last line of this purport says, which is envy, enviness. Nirmat Saranam Satam. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is not for envious people. It's for whom? Those who are free from envious. Those who want to really get out of this material world. Those who really want to practice. It is for them. If a person is envious for each other, even though in our devotee life also, how come it was my singing? How come, she sang, he sang, I'm not going to come next time. It was my puja, it was my class. It was my plate. Enviness is so heavy that it can ready to do anything to give benefit to themselves. On Zoom, in our temple, we are reading about the pastime of Daksha Prajapati, Lord Shiva, Sati. He was so envious that he didn't even care that his daughter died just because of him. He was so angry to Lord Vishnu or Lord Shiva. He was so envious, so heavy it was envious, he didn't even care who it is. He was spiritually so high. Okay, even many people gave him advice, don't do that. But he was so puffed up that he is not a Prajapati, he is the Prajapati. He was the head of all the Prajapati. If he can be bewildered by such a big position, then who we are? We have a small position here and there. Something in the home, something in the office, something in the temple, and we think we are another Krishna. We are the controller. It says in English, the beggar is proud of his penny. A beggar is proud of his penny. I do books wherever I go, here and there, okay? Especially if you go to the city, when the shops are closed down, the beggars are leaving front of the shop. Poor, homeless. Okay? And when you go stand there in front of him or just there, just to do books, he will kick you, hey, go away, this is my area. I mean, come on, you are lying in someone else's property and you are just telling him to get away. What kind of illusion it is? This is such a thick falsetto. He has nothing to own in the world. He's just lying one night here, one night there, but he's saying this is my area. And what to speak about us if we have got some kind of a small position in our life? either in the temple, in the house, in the office, or anywhere, how much bhakta we will be. So envious is not really nice. It's not a sign. Until unless you will be envious, especially towards the Krishna's devotee, then you are finished. We need to always have a proper knowledge. Nashta praishu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata seva. It is only be possible if you serve Bhagavata. What is Bhagavata here?
Two Bhagavatam. Book Bhagavatam and person Bhagavatam.
Yes. We have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day, read every day, and we need to serve the Vaishnava. Because Abhadra means inauspiciousness in the heart. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These are there in the heart. This Abhadrani only will go if we daily ourselves connect to the Srimad Bhagavatam or to the person who is a Bhagavata. And now the question comes, Prabhuji, how do I find the Bhagavata person? Every devotee who is chanting is a Bhagavata. It is just a matter of time. Someone is pure, someone is 80%, 70%, 50%, 40%, 30%. Find someone every day to serve. That's why Srila Prabhupada has opened up this big temple. The facilities are there. Do not stay at home. He has said these temples are oases. Okay? Spiritual hospitals. People are sick. People are sick. They are spiritually sick. They don't know what to do. They are doing everything by mental concoction. They bring something up here and they just do it. I was just hearing one lecture, like in our Parampara, Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is there, yes? The mantra has to be received purely. The mantra has to be pure. And now you think, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is so powerful, it itself is pure. Why it has to be pure more? Yes, it has to be. Until unless you will not receive from the proper channel, that person, that Hare Krishna mantra is impure. Prabhupada gives an example of a snake. Milk. Milk is what? Nectar. It's pure. It nourishes your body. You can drink it. But when this milk is touched by the lip of a snake, can you drink? You'll die. So similar way, when the Hare Krishna mantra has been received in a disciplic succession, then only, because it comes with a blessing. Krishna gave to Brahmaji gave to Narad Muni, that's how this Hare Krishna mantra is coming. But people, they bring something else to chant. Something, even though it's Krishna's name also, still you have to receive the way our acharyas has chanted. Okay? For example, if I ask Prabhuji, this is my phone number. If you have to connect to me, you have to dial this number. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is my phone number. So Prabhuji wrote properly 1, 2, 3. When he's going to dial the exact number, then he's going to connect to me. But if he dials 1, 7, 9, 8, 3, and he will say, Prabhu, you gave me the number, and I am only dialing the number. But if you shuffle the number here and there, do you think you're going to connect to me? No way. The number has to be dialed the way it has been given to you. In a similar way, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the mantra we received from the Acharya, especially from our Srila Prabhupada and Parampara, if we chant in the same mood or same way, the way they have chanted, then we're going to dial the number there. Otherwise, we pick something, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Ram, something like that. Concoction is there. Prabhuji, you're not going to go anywhere, even though it's the name of the Lord. But the Lord is saying, you are not following the order of my pure devotee. So where is the question that I will notice you? Make sense or not? Krishna has said, he is my agent. He is my agent. I have sent him from the spiritual world to material world to take you back. And he is the agency. He is the embassy. If you are not following the checklist of the embassy, do you think you're going to come back to me? We came from India, yes? We went to embassy of USA. Embassy gave you the checklist. These are the 10 things you have to fulfill. Until you don't fulfill those checklists, you're not given the visa to come here. You cannot. See, if you cannot cross from one country to another country in this material world, where is the question that you're gonna transport yourself from this material world to spiritual world? There's no question. People say, oh, what are the checklists? US gave. I don't give a damn. You know, this is all rubbish. I know how to go. I know how to put the paper. Do you think he will go? No way. In a similar way, if you want to go to the spiritual world, the messages are there. This is the 4 sampradaya. They have given their own checklists are there. Acharyas are there, agents are there. If we don't follow them and do our own thing, sir, no matter what happens, keep coming, park your car in the parking lot, try to impress the Lord, He will not be impressed. He will only be impressed when you follow the instruction of His pure devotee. No doubt He says, 18 point, Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktyamam Abhijanati Yavanam Chasvi Tatvataha, but third line is very important. Tato mam, tatvato gyado vishte tad antaram. Tato mam means if you understand me with the tattva, if you understand me in the truth, only then you are allowed to come to the spiritual world, otherwise not. So tattva has to be there. We have to hold the tattva. So that's why in this particular verse they are talking about the tattva. Shraddha, faith on the words of spiritual master, which is bona fide, on Lord Krishna, on the Vedic scriptures. Otherwise, na sukham, na param gati. Yeah? Shruti, Smriti, Punaradmi, Pancharatrika, Vidhi Vinam, Ekantaki, Harir Bhakti, Utpataya, Eva, Kalpate. If we don't take the shelter of the scripture, Shruti, Smriti, Purana, so what we do? We're going to create a havoc in the society, in our life also. Yaha, Shastra Vidhim, Uttasajya, Vartate Kamakataha, Nasa Siddhim, Abhavanoti, Na Sukham, Na Paramgati. The person who does not follow the Vedic scriptures, not the Acharya, and he does with his own mind, what is it? Na Sukham, he won't be happy. Na Paramgati, he cannot reach to the supreme destination, and then Sukham Na Paramgati. So he will be again back into this material. So kindly, Prabhupada has worked so hard for us. He has written the Vedic scripture whole night. What for? Just to sell or just to show off? No. If you figure it out in our whole material world, this movement is so beautiful. It has given you everything. Okay? This book is not different from Krishna. Krishna has come in many incarnations. Yes? Human, animals, aquatics, okay? DD form, this book is another form. Literally incarnation. So we need to follow him. Krishna Swadhamo Upagate Jnana Dharma Adibhisaha Kalau Nashta Visha Esha Puranarko Adinotitaha. When Krishna left the planet, Dharma Jnana followed. Nothing left there. So who's going to show us the guide? Who's going to show us the path? Puranarko Adinotitaha. This Srimad Bhagavatam will come as a torchlight. You just keep ahead and you walk behind it, and it will show you where to go. It will show you where to go. Okay? Let's stop here. And if anybody has any question, so I can open up more discussions.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
See, I was just caught up with the word envy.
You just got up with the word envy.
Envy.
Okay.
See, everyone want to be good in this world.
Everybody wants to be good in this world.
And we want to be good to others also, because that actually gives us more happiness when we serve others actually.
It gives us more happiness when we serve others also. Okay.
But sometimes when the other person grows beyond our thoughts, our envy will start. How come Lord or Krishna hasn't given me that position compared to the person who is inferior to me in the knowledge or the activities or anything? We still want to be envious less. But still, our heart keeps doing those things, those activities only. But how to avoid those things? It's not always, it is sometimes.
Yeah, first of all, you have to understand here one thing. That when you say I'm going to do good to others, first of all, we should know what is good.
Right.
What is good, we should know. Okay? For example, okay, a person who is addicted to milk and he got sick and is admitted to the hospital. Okay? And a doctor says, a drop of milk is a poison to him. But you come, Prabhuji, I'm trying to help the person. He's asking for me milk. Let me give him milk. What did you do? You killed him. Okay? First, you have to know what is good by reading the Vedic scripture, hearing from the sadhu, and then you do and go and help others. Okay? Our expectation is that if I have done something from somebody, I should be recognized in the world. If I have made somebody devotee in this world. So make sure he comes on Sunday and tells everybody in front of me or to my seniors that just cause of me, his whole family is saved. Make sure not. Expectation is there. Unnecessary expectation is there. I am doing this for you, I am expecting this from you. Prabhuji, it doesn't work like that. This whole Acharyas, Shat Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, when he did good, did he ask from anybody? That you people should do this to me? No, sadhu is selfless. He does service selflessly. He doesn't expect anything from anybody. Because as soon as he starts expecting, that he thinks, I'm this body. That whom we are going to satisfy, it fan our false ego a lot. That I am something. I am nobody. This shloka has to be there. It has to be wear up around your neck or all of us neck and just work on that principle. What is good that we should not know? How to do good to others, we should know. There's so many organizations are there, they are buying food to others, clothing to others, shoes to others, this and that to others. But are they really solving the problems of the material life? Example, if you find any beggar on the street, okay, he's hungry, you are thinking, oh, I have a money, let me help him out. Yes, you did help him, buy him. But did you really help him? Buy food for him, drink for him, did you really help him? What did you do? You postponed his misery from breakfast to lunch, and from lunch to dinner, from dinner to next day breakfast. So you didn't solve his problem. You temporarily moved ahead. So what is the real thing? Give him the spiritual knowledge. I'm not saying we should not serve the food. We are doing it here. If you go to any ISKCON temple, they are doing hundreds and thousands of plates every day. They are not saying. You teach the person the spiritual knowledge, the person will not beg in front of anybody. And you will stop the cycle of his birth and death, or he will not come back again in the material world in his next lifetime and beg in front of everybody for food. Okay? Education has to be there. Educate him. Why parents send their kids to school to educate? Because now there is a higher purpose. If he will not study, if he will not get educated here, because in the future we won't be there with him all the time. So he has to stand on his leg. Okay? So in a similar way here, in a where the spiritual life takes over any material knowledge, Prabhuji, any material knowledge. No matter how much you try to help the person materially, the person won't be happy. It will be a week, a day, a month, a year, again he will be miserable. So do the better thing. Give him the spiritual knowledge, give him the prasadam, so you can stop the cycle of his birth and death. That's what we do. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, you mentioned on Diwali day we don't worship like Lord Ram. So I heard one little very funny story, just want to share with everyone. There was one wedding long time back, and one cat was just roaming around and making like mess. So grandma says, okay, cover that cat with the basket, and they did. So that tradition, like they said, oh, we had to clean the cat. So people were like following that custom, and there is no cat. They were bringing cat from outside and putting in the basket. So blindly just we follow. So very nice what you said. Means we never thought like we should worship Lord Ram that day, and we are worshipping Lakshmi Mata.
Okay, that's why we need to, because this is not an occasional thing. Worship Lord Ram. We are doing every day, chanting by his holy name. Okay?
But especially that day, like
every day is a special day for us. It's not that only that special day he'll be pleased. He'll be pleased every day because every single time is a new time for us.
Yeah.
Every single day is a new year for us or new day for us. We have to do it every day. This is for the people, those who doesn't want to do. Like, our parents say, hey, my dear son, if you go to school, I will give you a chocolate. But is it the goal of the life to go to school for get chocolate? No, so you're giving him some kind of a speed, so he will be habitual, so he can take care of himself in the future. So in a similar way, in a Vedic scripture, there are so many days are there which we call the most auspicious day, the most powerful. If you do on this day, you will get this. The person, the child who is going every day school, if you give him a chocolate, does it matter to him? Because he has already understood the purpose of his going to the school. Okay, what is going to do? In a similar way, with this the person already chanting and already every day connected to the Lord, you ask him, liberation done, generation done, that done, it doesn't bother. Because he is doing worshipping every day. That is the standard of the Lord. Satatam kirtayantamam, and he has already reached to that level. Satatam kirtayantamam. But we give the carrot to the people. Okay, you hang this carrot and move forward towards spiritual life. Otherwise, people are so dull in this material world. Until that day is gone, they just hide their feedback. Oh, offense to that. Okay? Anybody else? Let's go.
Please accept my apologies.
Oh,
Prabhuji, you talked about the faith.
I talked about the faith. Yeah.
How can we increase strong our faith on the Lord? How can we make our faith stronger?
How can we make our faith stronger in spiritual life? To associate those who have it. Satam prasanga mamaveer samvido avanti hit karna rasayan katha ya joshat asva apavarga vartamani shraddha ratir bhakti anukarmishanti. Okay? By associating with the devotee, all the pastimes of the Lord is very pleasing to the heart, hit and karna, to the ears also. Okay? By this, you can develop the faith. And Bhagavatam also says that Sayan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nisevana. By serving the Vaishnavas, those who have those qualities, you immediately grab those qualities. It's a science. Okay? It says if you don't have any quality, if you are lacking in some of the quality like as you said, faith, how you want to worship the Lord, how you want to do books, how you want to do cooking, you associate with those people, those who are doing it. By serving them, their quality will automatically transfer from them to you. So just find people. There's so many people are here around, and so many speakers come every now and then to the temple. We should have to we have to make a time out, okay, to come and hear Bhagavatam class in the temple. If it's not in the temple, at least somewhere we should hear it. That's how we can develop the faith slowly. And not having doubt on the words of the sadhu. The time you do it, you've been done. Okay? Anybody else? Okay, if it's not there, thank you so much. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam